name's Jamie. I use they them pronouns. Welcome back to my channel. Firstly, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which I live and on which I stand today. I pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging, and extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people, as well as all First Nations people worldwide. Now, in the past couple of days, I have bought some books, which I'm very excited about, so I thought I'd share them with you today. So here we are, my little stack. So firstly, I bought a copy of Daisy Jones and the Six by Jenkins Reid. Now, I've already read this multiple times. It's probably my favourite book of all time, I would have to say. It's incredible and I love it very much, but I listened to it via audiobook, which I would recommend. I think that's the best way of listening to this book if you're interested. But I just love it so much that I've been wanting a physical copy so that I can annotate it and everything, you know, so that's what this is for. So I'm very excited about that. Plus the TV adaptation is coming out very soon on March 3rd to 24th. So I'm getting very amped for that. So in case you don't know, this is basically the story of a fictional rock and roll band in America in about the 60s, 70s. And it's about this band, you know, how they all got together, their rise to fame, and then how they broke apart. So yeah, it's really good. It covers a lot of important topics, a lot of very interesting themes. The characters are very well written. It's told in the form of an interview with like a bunch of the different band members, plus some of their family and some of the other staff, and then also kind of interspersed with like reviewers as well. And it's really good. If you haven't read this, listen to the audiobook, please. I'm begging you. But yes, I got a copy of this, so I'll be rereading this again, and annotating it. So I'm very happy that I finally have this. But I absolutely hate this cover. I really do. Like, of all the different covers that there are, I think this is the absolute worst one. But I looked in 4 different bookshops, like 4, and none of them had any covers except this one. So I think I'm just going to I'm gonna recover it. I'm gonna stick something over the top to make it prettier, because this is just not gonna cut it for me personally. So that's that. So this is my first book. This is very exciting. In a similar vein, I bought Conversations with Friends by Rooney, because I read Normal People a couple of years ago and I really liked it. I gave it 4 stars, and I've reread it since then. And then Beautiful World, Where Are You was my favourite book from 2022. So I thought I really have to read her other book. So that's what I got this for. So I'm very excited for this. I think I'm going to love it, since I love both her 2 others. I think this is going to be good, so I'm happy about this one. So again, in case you didn't know, it's basically about 2 young women who kind of get entangled in the lives of an old unmarried couple, and kind of navigating all those different relationship complexities. So yes, excited for this. And then I also got a copy of Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. Now, I gather this is about 2 people, Magnolia and BJ, I think his name is, and they just have a very messy relationship. I think they're kind of on again, off again. Things keep breaking them apart, but then they keep getting brought back together again. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like this or not. I don't know. I think I will. I hope I will. It's also the start of a series where the other books follow like different characters in the friend group, I think. So I'm very interested to see it. Plus this cover is like absolutely gorgeous, to be honest. And I really like it. I don't know too much about it, to be honest, but I think that's probably for the best, so that I can enjoy it more authentically, you know? So there's that. And then I got Woman Eating by kohda, which is about a vampire. It's basically about her trying to deal with, like, you know, her vampire bloodthirsty urges, and the fact that, like, the blood, it's her food, right? Like, she has to eat in order to survive, but then she, you know, there's a lot of complex ethical questions of like where the blood comes from and all that. As the blurb says, she must reconcile the conflicts within her relationship with food, and in turn humans. Before any of this, however, she must eat. Sounds very interesting. This cover also. We're getting a lot of good covers today, aside from this god awful one. But this one, gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So I'm very interested to see where this one takes me. And lastly, now this one is one I'm actually probably most excited about, and I'd never even heard of this before. All the others, either I was specifically looking for it, or like this one, I was aware of it, like I'd heard of it. It was on my TBR, and I saw this cover and I was like, I might. But this one, now I've been wanting to read more poetry this year, because I don't really read much poetry, but every time I read something I love it, so I thought it'd be good to get into that more. And so I was just looking in the poetry section of a bookshop, and I found this one, which I'd never heard of. It's called Milk Teeth by Reid. And, you know, I flicked through it, I looked it up, looked at a few reviews, you know, and thought like it would cover some interesting themes, and from an Australian author, so I thought, you know, sounds pretty good. And this copy is actually signed as well, which is interesting. So I thought, you know, why not? So I bought it, and I took it home, and then I read this little like author blurb thing at the front, and it turns out author is non-binary. So that just like makes me want to read this even more. Like, so I'm very happy with this. Somehow without even meaning to, I managed to find an NB poetry book. So needless to say, I'm stoked. It's going to be really good. From the very small amount that I have glimpsed through flicking through pages, it's looking very promising. So I'm very excited to read this and annotate it and just bask in the glory, you know? So that's all the books that I bought. Very exciting. I think there are going to be some very good reads in here. Dare I say some 5 stars. Very exciting. It's very exciting. And I'm very happy with my purchases. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're interested to see what my thoughts on any of these books are, please subscribe to my channel so you can see any content I might make on them in the future. And apart from that, I hope you're having a wonderful day and or night, and I'll see you again next week with another video. Bye!